Let me guess, brother. You've seen titles like The Ultimate Prompt, The God Prompt, the prompt that makes ChatGPT 100x smarter. Here's the problem. They all assume AI is waiting for the perfect password. In reality, it isn't.
AI doesn't need magic words. It needs clear instructions. Let's see why.
The internet is flooded with self-proclaimed gurus peddling AI cheat codes. Specific phrases they promise will fix any hallucination or logic error. However, the actual engineering documentation published by the creators of these models, like OpenAI and Google, tells a different story. You will find clinical, precise instructions rather than magic words. The engineers who build these systems explicitly warn against relying on memorized copy-paste prompts. Those rigid templates fail when your task deviates even slightly from the original example. Treating a language model like a mystic oracle waiting for a password leads to the generic, unhelpful outputs most users complain about.
Think about it, brother. If I hired you today and my only instruction was work, would you know what to do? Of course no.
We can model an AI's behavior on a brilliant, highly capable new employee on their first day at the office. If you walk up to this eager worker and issue a vague, one-word command like write, they cannot succeed. They lack an audience, a specific tone, and the necessary data. Language models share this human vulnerability. Without an explicit role, a clearly defined task, and sufficient background context, raw intelligence produces no value. To understand why this happens, we have to look at the mechanical reality of what physically occurs inside an AI when it receives an instruction.
Every time you ask AI something, it isn't searching a database. It's predicting, one word at a time. The less information you give it, the more it has to guess.
To stop the AI from guessing, we narrow its options using the structural frameworks recommended by the developers who built it. These hidden mechanics demonstrate that instructions are a mathematical requirement for controlling the model's attention. Let's test this. We will start with a basic zero-shot prompt, asking the AI to write a marketing presentation with no background context. It generates a generic outline. Because it lacks factual boundaries, it begins hallucinating fake statistics to fill the gaps in its knowledge. Look at the engineered prompt on the right. We establish a specific persona, strict format limits, and clear examples, a technique known as few-shot prompting. Guided by these constraints, the exact same model produces an accurate, professional-grade presentation. The human's ability to constrain the math determines the final output quality, regardless of the specific model being used. We can shift this from theory into the practical reality of building reliable prompts from scratch. This diagram outlines the four-part framework synthesized from tech giants: persona, task, context, and format. Imagine starting with a dangerously vague request. Write a customer service email about a delay. We refine that request by applying the framework. We assign the role of a senior manager, provide the context of a frustrated client, and restrict the format to 3 short bullet points. This structural blueprint scales across disciplines. In coding, a persona establishes the specific language and expertise, while the task and context define the logical constraints and data structures the AI must follow to avoid bugs. Reliable AI workflows rely on systematic blueprints, which provide more consistent results than one-off internet tricks. When we observe a modern, high-functioning workspace, a clear pattern emerges. The professionals who thrive alongside these tools are not those searching for secret codes or trying to outsmart an algorithm. Mastering artificial intelligence requires mastering the deeply human skill of clear, structured communication and delegation.
Remember, brother, great prompts aren't copied, they're built. AI isn't looking for magic words, it's looking for clear instructions. The better you communicate, the smarter AI becomes.
So, brother, got a question about AI? Ask the head.